What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid, coming at you with another Destiny video. Today, it's Friday, so it's not my day, it's your day. And Jur, he's in the tower. No, he's not. Jur's in the Reef for our first Jur day of the Rise of Iron. That's right, he's in the Reef. If you are running around in the tower all over the place like some people, you might have noticed that he is nowhere to be found. He's here in the Reef. What a total trick for us. I thought he might have even shown up in Fellwinter's Peak, but nope, he's in the Reef. So we've got to visit Jur. We've got to get ready to go ahead and do the raid. It's going to be a busy day. This Rise of Iron week has been absolutely insane, an absolute whirlwind of adventure and just craziness. But you can see that Jur is a pretty popular guy already, so we're going to see if he's bringing any of the new exotics and just how he looks in general. So get ready for the raid. Are you raid ready? Are you going to even try the raid today or during the weekend? Let's first visit Jur, and then we'll worry about the raid later today and tomorrow. So when we take a look at its inventory, it looks a little bit different. So all this stuff at the bottom, the Motes of Light stuff, all the curios down here, this stuff is all the same. Starting, what? Jur's selling ornaments for 25 silver dust. You get 1 free silver dust per week from the Radiant Treasures. 1. That would be 25 weeks if you saved up all the silver dust you get there, and you get 5 for breaking down an ornament. That is insane. That is the most insane and expensive thing I've seen in Destiny. That's crazy. That absolutely has to change. That is too crazy for sure. Half a year for an ornament. Half a year for an ornament, man. So apparently the Ingrams are coming at the beginning. They are legacy though, legacy. Don't buy these and expect to get Rise of Iron gear. For the Titan though, we've got some Taken King gear, the Twilight Garrison. You can see that they come at 350 light, so that might help some people. And everybody knows what this does. Whenever you're in the air, if you hit circle circle, you'll do an evade. This used to have 2 evades, now it has 1, which hurt it and hurt its use a pretty decent amount. Though I do like special and heavy ammo in the middle. I think those are great perks to have on exotics. I'm going to go ahead and give this thing a B though. This thing would have been an A before whenever it had 2 air dodges. It's not bad. That B grading isn't bad. It's just not as good as it was. You've definitely got to ding this thing whenever it got nerfed. It got nerfed, it saw its use fade, and unfortunately, it was a pretty cool chess piece, but now it's just kind of faded away a little bit. For the Hunter, we've got the Celestial Nighthawk, and this is seeing a significant resurgence. I'm sure people were using it yesterday to farm for Omnigul, because apparently you could do the Omnigul farming in the 320 Director as opposed to just finding it in the Heroic Strike, so that's really nice. What this ends up doing is let you fire 1 golden gun shot for 6 times the damage, and with the super buff, that's why this thing is viable actually now for certain situations, definitely not PvP. This thing was pretty overhyped when it first came out because even though it was 6 times damage, supers were so ridiculously weak. Supers are much, much better now. So in some situations, this thing is going to be really viable, and that's pretty cool. I'm going to give this thing a B as well. Again, you do not want to use this in PvP. Why waste your 3 golden gun shots, take it down to 1 whenever all of your golden gun shots are going to one-shot Guardians? In PvE, there are certain situations where you could want to use this thing, especially if there's a solar burn. If there's a solar burn, this thing plus Deadeye, yeah, you're doing some damage. You are doing some big, big damage. And finally, for the Warlock, the exotics that are making everybody shake in their boots right now, the Transversive steps. So they kind of look like Radiant Dance Machines for the Warlock, at least the Warlock version of them. That blue jelly on their legs, that blue jelly, look pretty cool. They look pretty cool. And we're just going to go over and take a look at these things. Special and heavy in the middle. Okay, I really like that. That's a really solid start for sure. And our discipline and strength, okay? So stranger angles. You get faster movement speed whenever you're crouching. And when you pick up ammo, it automatically reloads the weapon of that ammo type that you picked up. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So we all saw Cocoon in the last Taken King and in the raid weapons. The heavy machine gun that had Cocoon was amazing because you basically never had to reload that thing. So on some weapons, never having to reload is absolutely amazing. That's a pretty cool and pretty interesting perk for PvE. In PvP, maybe not so much, though there is going to be primary ammo that's out there. so maybe it's pretty interesting to go ahead and use, but I think this is more PvE viable for right now. As far as our grade, this is an incomplete. We're going to give this an S grade because I've never used it. I don't know how exactly viable it is. I think this might be pretty useful in something like the Nightfall or the Raid, where you don't have to worry about reloading and there should be ammo all over the place. But we're going to have to wait and see. I'm not going to buy these just yet because I still have all of my Ingrams. When I say all of them, I mean all of my Ingrams. So I very well might get the Transversive steps in one of my Ingram openings. But if you don't have Ingrams, these things might not be the worst thing to go ahead and put on if you're going to raid, because you won't have to reload. It's not going to give you any damage boosts or any defensive boosts, but it could help you out a little bit. So I'm going to wait and see. Those might be the things I raid with. We'll have to wait and see. As far as the weapon goes, we've got the Monte Carlo, and we were just talking about the Monte Carlo because Royal Flush, and look at that. My one ornament I got was my absolute favorite ornament for exotics. I don't know why it always goes away, but Royal Flush, that is by far the best looking ornament. In my personal opinion, I love it. I love the look of that ornament. That's why I did a Monte Carlo video leading up to the Rise of Iron, because I saw that ornament and I was like, you know what? I want to be a part of this. I want to be a part of this gun because it looks amazing. High caliber rounds is a really good and a really solid choice. Go ahead and pick that for sure and stagger everybody. In its perk, whenever you're dealing out damage, your melee cooldown is going to go down, and you have a chance to regenerate fully that melee cooldown. So really nice. Just because of that Royal Flush perk, this thing's getting an A ranking. I'm sorry, but that Royal Flush ornament looks so ridiculously amazing. This thing definitely deserves an A just because of that. You can't say that is not amazing. That is amazing looking. So Xur is coming in hot and a little bit different this week, for sure. Xur's coming in a little bit different this week with those ornaments that he's selling. 25 silver dust for one ornament. That is pretty crazy. We're going to buy some 3 of coins. Again, we're not going to purchase these Transversive steps just yet because we might get them from an Ingram opening. Doesn't make sense to go ahead and buy them and then get them for free. That would be a little bit of a waste. So we're going to buy some 3 of coins. We're going to use them. We've been using a lot. We've been getting a few extra exotics too. I had a lot. You saw the video. I had a lot of exotics already, and I got a few more. But we're going to buy some of these. Actually, we're going to buy a few heavy ammo synths as well, because we might do a little bit of faction reputation gaining. Because we have a few, we're going to go into the tower. We're going to raise up our faction rep on a few, and then we're going to open up our exotics, and we're going to get our light level up to as high as it actually can be before going and doing the raid. So yesterday was actually pretty useful for me. It was pretty good. I got up to 365 even by getting that 365 artifact, which was an absolute grind. My character would not go above 365 until I got this artifact, and now I'm hoping that I start to see some stuff that's 366, 367, 368. The closer I get to 370 for the raid, the better I'm actually going to feel. But this should be pretty solid right away. That's the Rise of Iron for this week. That is Xur for this week. Did you buy anything? Did you buy the Warlock boots? Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Xur, and I'll see you around in Destiny. Who's gonna give me silver dust?